I'm Chaplain Tyler, and you're watching this video on You Got This with Tyler. Today, I'm going to be talking about the orange personality. The orange personality. Last time I talked about the gold personality, which is all about structure and duty and responsibility. Well, the orange personality is the opposite one. And the key core values of the orange personality are skillfulness and freedom. But before I begin to go into the characteristics of the orange personality, I do want to remind you that each one of us has all four major personality colors in our character. And usually we prefer to go and to choose certain behaviors, attitudes, and values that reflect two of the core value of the core personality types. But I say this so that we all have a caution that we don't judge different colors. If we resonate very strongly with gold, it doesn't mean that we don't have some orange tendencies or traits, especially certain situations and in certain environments. So if you resonate with what I'm about to share with the orange personality, great. Then maybe you'll have a little more understanding of who you are and how you work. If you don't resonate with this, that's okay too. Because I guarantee that you know people who are going to be primary colored orange. And they need you to not judge them, but to honor them, understand them, respect them, and help them. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So like I said, the orange personality is somebody who has as their core values skillfulness and freedom. These are individuals that naturally test limits and boundaries because, again, they value freedom. So they're trying to figure out, well, how far can they get? They don't necessarily mean it as a challenge to authority, although maybe they do. But it's more a testing of limits. How far can I go? How much freedom do I really have? They tend to be spontaneous and impulsive. They're nonconformists. They don't necessarily follow the rules just for the sake of following the rules. They love taking risks, and they're action first. Action first. It's not about the theoretical. It's not about so much the future and what was in the past. The future can take care of itself, and the past is in the past. Leave it there. These are people who tend to be more immediate. The immediate present moment matters more. And they're physically focused. Physically focused. And especially, they like doing things with implements and tools. So, for example, people who are strong, who are high in orange, tend to gravitate to occupations where they get to manipulate or use tools and where there's a lot of freedom to express themselves in that. If you're strong in orange, or you know somebody who's strong in orange, and they're in a job where they have a lot of freedom and they get to experience and do different things and can manipulate and use different tools of different types, chances are they're probably fairly happy with where they're at. These are individuals, people who are strong in orange. These are individuals who can act on a moment's notice. They're witty, they're charming, and they're spontaneous. They don't need to plan a whole bunch to have a good time and to feel good about things. In fact, the more that things are planned, the more the fun is taken away. They consider life a game. Here and now, right now, life is a game. It's a game to have fun with and to gain skills with and win at, whatever that looks like. They're impulsive and generous and impactful. And that is just amazingly wonderful and needed. They need to have fun. They need variety in things. It cannot just be the same thing all the time. They need stimulation and they need excitement. They're optimistic. They're eager. They're willing to take risks. They're willing to try things that other people won't. They value in themselves and in others skill, resourcefulness, and courage. If you have the courage to try something new, they respect that. They're physical, like I said. They're oriented to the physical. They're immediate. It's not about the future or the past. It's about right now. And they're fraternal, meaning that they will have your back. They will have your back. Period. No questions asked. People who are strong in orange are natural troubleshooters. They're performers. They're competitors. How dull would our society be if we didn't have people strong in orange? And I don't mean that as a slight to any other color, but there's a vibrancy and an excitement and a joy that orange brings that is different than all the other colors. What do people who are strong in orange dream of? Well, in a word, freedom. Freedom to do what they want, when they want, as they want. So a lot of people who are strong in orange, they want to find work that allows them that freedom. What do they value in others and in themselves? Skill, grace, finesse, charisma. Because that's who the orange, people who are strong in orange want to be. And that's what they value in others. What do they dislike? Rigidity. Things that are too structured. Authority, especially authority that is so rigid and non-supportive that authority will not allow them the freedom of expression and the freedom of individuality. If authority can gain their trust by being able to let them have freedom to the point that they can, that'll go a long way. What do people who are strong in orange express when they're around people? Optimism. Optimism. Why not? They can be impatient because they want things to get done. They want it done yesterday. Just how it is. And they're eager, and they also express confidence. Now, confidence with somebody who's orange can sometimes be mistaken for arrogance. And it could be arrogance. But most of the time, they're confident. They know they can do it. They know they can be there. Why should they not be confident? That can, again, some people mistake that confidence for arrogance, and it isn't. What do people who are orange foster and promote? Well, fun. If it isn't fun, it isn't worth it. They also promote and want to stimulate things. They're people who will disturb the status quo just because it doesn't work. They want to see things progress, and sometimes you got to throw a wrench into things to make things harder so they get better. Also promote risk. Risk, because if there's no risk, there's no fun. Honestly, people who are strong in orange are natural negotiators, and they love a good deal. Right? They love a good deal. And I want you to I want to point out that when you look at car commercials on TV or online or whatever, most car commercials appeal to two different groups. One is the gold, who I talked about. That's when you're looking at something, when they're talking about reliability, and they're talking about family, and they're talking about, and in the pictures you see are very much about the values of somebody who is gold. And the other side is how the vehicle will make you feel, how it drives, how the adrenaline goes, how the adventure is, how all that stimulates a person. That is appealing very specifically to the person who's orange. And it is not a mistake that car sales and car companies target in these ways. They are very aware of the power of marketing for values. And major car companies, including Ford, have used true colors in their marketing and in their culture development. So this is not a mistake. This is not a chance thing. This is a very real thing. So that's just a little aside for you. Now, what are the occupations of somebody who tends to be strong in orange? Well, the occupations need to have less structure and they need to have more freedom. It also helps if they have the opportunity to do something physical and to maybe use a tool or an implement of some type. So a lot of people who are orange, predominantly orange, tend to work in the trades. That works really well for them. They're their own boss. They get to go do things. They get to build and use different tools. And the skill development they have is just off the charts. That would appeal to them a lot. A lot of people who are professional athletes are also orange because, again, it's skill development. Skill development. Actors can be, because of the performance nature and skill development that they have to do, a lot of actors are orange. And entrepreneurs. A lot of entrepreneurs are orange because they're exploring things outside the bounds of normal jobs. A normal job for a person who's strong in orange can be a really difficult thing. So a lot of people who are orange find new skills, new worlds to open, new freedom as they look and become entrepreneurs. Construction workers, again, use a lot of different tools. They get to drive the bulldozers and the excavators and the loaders. Truck drivers can be orange because, again, there's a lot of skill driving trucks. And loggers going out and doing the work with the trees and with the trucks. They're driving in some of the worst conditions you can imagine, and it takes a tremendous amount of skill to do that well. And last, artists. Artists. Why? Because the creativity and the freedom it brings, the self-expression, the ability to use a medium and to paint or to draw or to do something with that, using a tool, it just can't be beat for them. So a lot of artists work like that. Music, too, works a lot for people who are orange. Because, again, skill development and performing. So what do orange help us with in society? Well, people who are strong in orange, they push society forward. They help us to move. People who are strong in gold, they form the backbone of society. They keep things stable. They make sure that everything stays the way that it basically should. Orange balances that. And it's roughly the same number of people who are orange as there are gold. And again, the percentage is about 38% each. So 38% gold, 38% orange, primary. And it is amazing how the people who are orange are so needed to bring about the appropriate change in society and the focus on the physical and immediate things that have to be done. Without orange, our society is in a much worse place. Now, it's difficult because the values of somebody who's primary orange are almost exactly opposite of somebody who's primary gold, and vice versa. But that's needed. They balance one another. And without orange, we would not see the kind of transformation in society, the kind of energy, the kind of exploration, the kind of willingness to seek the boundaries and look for change when it's needed. We wouldn't see that. And our society would be much, much poorer for it. We would not be anywhere close where we are now in terms of culture, in terms of innovation, in terms of the expression of the human condition and spirit and all the wonderful things that we like and enjoy in life. A lot of them would not be here without some form of orange. So, hopefully, you got some value out of this. Again, We all have a little bit of each color in us. If this doesn't resonate with you, no problem. If it does, great. I embrace you. I see you. I appreciate you. And you are so needed. So I believe in you and you got this. And I look forward to being able to bring the next video to you. Take care. Blessings.